And we're back.
Right.
So, you guys get to the town, and as you walk in, the portal opens up in front of you again.
Oh, for crying out loud, this guy.
The mage drops in.
I don't trust
Come
you.
on.
And he says,
says,
"Oh,
Oh, my apologies. Forgive my manners. I forgot to introduce myself. I am Bartholomew the Wizard of King... somebody. I can't remember his name. He's not important. He's not important.
Oh, King somebody. I actually been to his kingdom.
But...
King, yeah.
It's in the village of whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Yes. Who I work for is not important.
He lives in the castle. Tink.
You're slacking. It is
Yeah, I
9:30
know. That's
PM.
the first one tonight.
Yeah,
And-
we have fallen off. We'll have to
Yeah.
make it up next hour.
It's because you're making up your own.
It's still a reference. It's a valid reference.
It works. It works. But he says, I just wanted to let you know. I don't randomly go around saving people. But like I said, my intelligence sources had informed me that this orc army had been marching towards your direction. So, don't worry, I'm not a stalker. I'm not watching you in my crystal ball.
Mm-hmm.
But don't expect me to jump in all the time.
Well, Bartholomew.
You saw my fabulous hair.
Exactly. I mean, it's
He
hard to
couldn't let
resist.
such a lovely display of golden locks and rippling abs with the chainmail vest go to waste.
He's got a 9-pack. I'm sure Tristan. I got a 9-pack.
That's right.
Anyway, Bartholomew, I again, we appreciate the help, but we weren't exactly expecting a company of orcs.
Nobody expects a company of orcs.
Well, their chief weapon is surprise.
Surprise and fear. All right,
We gotta make
well,
up. We have to make up for what we've missed. Anyhow,
Before you leave, do we know why they were headed this way?
nope. I only knew that they were coming. I don't know them.
so just orcs being orcs then.
Orcs being orcs. I don't know. Anyway, goodbye! And then he disappears, and then the portal closes behind him.
Leaving everybody in the village going, okay, what the hell just happened?
Did you all see that? Did they serve us bad ale?
Yeah, the only
This
people
meat
who
is
saw
really,
were
really
a couple
good.
of drunks stumbling out of the front door of the inn, because by the time you guys got back to the house, back to the village, it's about 10:30 p.m.
Okay.
So,
I say we have ourselves a rest. I know that Sir Tristan would like to report to the, head priest. If you want to do that, because your quarters are actually in the temple.
Yeah, I'll
Well.
talk to him. We need somebody to talk to the mayor and let him know that he needs to have a watch, watching.
Yeah. We need to get a watch posted.
yeah.
I'll go talk to the mayor.
All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I'll take the
All
right.
Guardsman
Mal.
with me, because Sir Tristan will take the clerics with him.
No.
I've got Galen and Old Winthrop and who else?
Galen. Harold.
Harold.
No. You dead.
Mal. Yara, are you following Mal?
No. I'm going in the inn.
She's like, I gotta get drunk.
Time to eat, drink, and break some shit.
And then Old Winthrop. Roland. Cassius will be going to the temple, or Old Winthrop will be following you, and then Cassius and Winthrop will be going to the temple.
Okay.
Mind you, this is not to scale.
No.
Each square is 10 feet. You are not taking up a full. You are not giants with the
We're not
village.
massive beings.
Yes. We're just good place markers for everybody. Wait,
Okay.
What the? Sir Tristan! Stop running around the screen. Like a crazed hooligan. So, Reese's Pieces flying everywhere.
The paladin climbing up on top of the church.
Mal, you have approached the mayor's office, or the mayor's building.
Mm-hmm.
The front door is locked.
Boom, 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 boom. Banging on the door.
You pound on the door. After about 3 to 4 minutes of pounding, you hear the latch open up on the inside, and the door creaks open, and you see the mayor's assistant, the boy. Oh, kind sirs. Oh my. You look like you've been through some stuff.
Yeah. Push past him. Seriously, just right past him. Where's the mayor? I need to talk to him right now.
And take off that nightie.
You want to tell him?
You are a bad paladin, Brian. Bad paladin. Anyway, so you push past him, he says, oh, let me go get him. And then you see him run off through the door. I know, Brian loves the little boy voice.
Yeah. For God's sakes, boy, close the trap door on your pajamas.
Oh, I thought it was a little breezy. Pardon me.
Nobody needs to see that.
So he runs off. You see him go through the door.
Caitlin says you sound like a defiled Mickey Mouse.
The
Yeah.
keyword being defiled.
Defiled.
Anyhow,
Let me go get my master.
let's talk or go. Now, boy, now.
So yeah, he ran off. Well, stop distracting him with his pants.
The mayor told him that earlier.
Oh God.
Wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself.
All right,
Both
Zimmer,
of you.
calm down, calm down.
Depraved individuals.
You hear the
Anyhow.
mail. You hear the mayor bellowing in anger. What is it, boy? I'm trying to sleep. And then you hear the muffled Mickey Mouse voice of the child whispering to him that the adventurers that he had hired have returned. It's like, it's the middle of the night. Why are you disturbing me?
Screaming, Mayor, I need to speak with you now. Your sleep can wait. Your town's safety is of the utmost.
Old Winthrop pushes past you and says, get out of bed, you bloated windbag. There's important work to do. And then the boy comes running out with a look of like, oh crap, on his face. And he runs off into his little side chamber there.
Yeah.
And then the mayor comes out wearing a nice bedtime gown, the old-timey bedtime gown with a little hat that drapes off to the side, looking like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Nice.
And he's like, "What is so important that you disturb my sleep?"
Orcs.
What do you mean, orcs?
Okay, so go ahead and
About
run down.
yay tall, green,
Yeah.
kill humans on the dozen.
So you give him too long, didn't read. You relay to him
Right.
your adventures.
Right.
Harold and Galen and Old Winthrop, emphasizing the parts that you might have glossed over, talking about the warrens of the goblins underground, and then the company of orcs marching up the hill after you were trying to stop up the hole to slow roast the goblins into a tasty, delicious barbacoa-like state.
It goes really well with guacamole.
He says, "If this is true, then we will never have to starve again." Yeah.
Well, it'll be cured.
It'll be warm for a while. So anyway, you see the color drain from his face as you're telling the story of the orcs and then the wizard and whatnot. He immediately recognizes that the wizard is a semi-famous wizard from a distant kingdom who is known to be of great power and knowledge. Known to be best friends with Mordekainen.
Fizban the Fabulous.
No. This guy seemed a little bit more competent.
Mm-hmm.
You mean he wasn't going to try to launch the fireball in the wicker cage?
That's right. I've got a spell that'll break me out of here. What is it? Fire. No! Shut your mouth. You naughty, naughty wizard.
Right.
So wizards do their memorization, right? Do they have to do their memorization before they go to sleep? Or after they wake up? If they do it before they go to sleep, and if they sleep talk, and sleepwalk, are there just unexplained explosions in wizards' towers?
No,
Like,
the
oh,
ones that sleepwalk and sleep cast don't survive that long.
No, they don't.
So he's immediately at ill ease. And did you turn off the light? What happened? You just went dark, Kevin.
It's been dark.
Maybe. And then he immediately sends for the boy, who is to go off and fetch a messenger from the one of the buildings in town. There's a dedicated messenger in town for matters of import to be ran to the duchy, the capital city of the duchy, and gives him writes out a quick scroll real quick to hand to him, which basically contains the general details of your experiences in the Goblin Warren and of the orcs approaching afterwards. And he says, "Well, we shall have to raise the guard." And he tells Galen and Harold to go and raise their their compatriots to stand watch overnight, and that they should go and get some rest. And old Winthrop's just like, "Damn straight. Old man needs to sleep." And then he takes off.
Okay.
The mayor seems slightly afraid of old Winthrop.
Good.
Other than just him yelling at him. He just seems like he is a general, like, from old Winthrop. And old Winthrop goes staggering off towards the tavern.
Of
into
course,
the night.
sleep means I need something to drink.
Oh yeah.
Old man needs to sleep. Well, he needs his night-night medicine.
He does.
Oh, lost another one.
Needs some grandpa's cough medicine.
So yeah. So that's when Yara sees old Winthrop walk into the front of the inn. Walks up to the bar, has some words with the bartender, gets a couple of mugs. And old Winthrop comes over, sits down next to you, and slaps a mug down in front of you and says, "You do good, girl. I'll fight I'll fight by your side any day. You're good. Cheers." And he takes a long draught from his tankard of foamy room temperature ale.
Because
not a
damn it,
magic
that's how
cast.
ale is supposed to be served.
Yeah, but still.
So, he kicks you out of his building. And to Sir Tristan and his two clerical buddies walking in the front doors of the temple.
Be right back.
Go ahead, go ahead. All right.
So, you walk in the front door. There's obviously like one person tending to the main area, the main common area of the temple, because it's it's the middle of the night. But they are open to travelers all hours of the night. So obviously somebody is awake. They greet you and they're like, "Sir Tristan, Roland, Cassius, you look worse for the wear."
I need Brother Mallard awoken immediately.
Oh, yes, right away. And you see him rush off to go wake up Brother Mallard from the back. Brother Mallard comes out about 3 minutes later in his priestly night robes. It's his nighttime vestments. It does not look nearly as cool as the order of Sir Fabio's or Saint Fabio's nighttime attire, but yes. So
yes,
he
we
walks
have
up.
the ripped white flowing shirt with the buckskin pants.
That's right.
That's our nighttime investment.
And I said you have to lay down and fan out your hair and like you just
No, that's part of the
fall.
rituals I do every day. It's a 20-minute hair brushing.
That's right. 100 strokes on each side.
Anyway, I explained to him that we have encountered more goblins than we had thought, that we had taken care of the goblin problem, and while doing that, we came across a company of orcs that were headed our way, or headed towards the village, we believe, and that a wizard came in and helped us, and we're warning the village now. And I give him the holy symbols of the clerics, or the cleric that was killed before.
He says, yes. He was a good, kind soul. He will be missed. Poor dear brother.
Justin.
Oh, come on. Open quicker.
Yeah.
Brother Gerald, or Acolyte, yes, Brother Gerald. So, he seems very disturbed by the fact that there was such a stinking den of evil hiding in his near vicinity, and he was not able to sense it. He thanks you for all your hard work and asks that you remain in the vicinity for the near term, because there might be more that might need to be done about the approaching orc army, or possibly any other stragglers from the Goblin Warren that might have been out while their home was being ransacked and burned and turned into a giant slow roasting oven.
That never gets old.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I hear it.
And I tell him that I'm at his disposal.
All right. And then he says, "Of course, you may continue to use the quarters here in the temple grounds that you were assigned earlier. They are available for you to reside upon."
All right. I'm going to head towards the stables, check on my horse, and then, drop the majority of what treasure I got into the poor box.
All right.
And then head to my cell.
All right, then. So you go and you check on your horse, who is very upset that he hasn't been mounted lately. Caitlin. That's what
Wow.
And, but he's been taken well care of by the inn's
Could be
master.
worse. I could have had the mayor mount him while I was gone.
Well, can you talk to horses?
No, but I don't think the mayor needs much convincing.
Anyway.
Boy has to sleep sometime.
Poor Caitlin.
Trust me, you're lucky it's on mute, because some of the things she said...
Oh, Caitlin, you're not supposed to mute that. You're supposed to let them flow for all of us to hear. Especially if they're really good ones. Alright, so, it is now... Mal, I'm assuming you are going back to the tavern, the inn.
Oh, yeah.
And you meet
I
up
need
with...
to get drunk.
You find Yara in the company of Old Winthrop, sitting around having drinking games of who can quaff the most ale.
Old Winthrop's going to be under the table.
I buy a round for the three of us.
Ah, yes. And Old Winthrop is grateful. All right, so the night ends fairly uneventful. The guard has been put out. You obviously, before you sack out, you find that there's a increased presence of town guardsmen with torches wandering the perimeter of the village,
Good.
patrolling the streets and whatnot. And about an hour after you guys get back to town, you hear the sounds of pounding hooves on earth as the couriers dispatch to the duchy.
Okay.
And that will bring an end to the night. The night is uneventful, nothing happens. You wake up the next morning. Everybody goes through their morning rituals of whatever. And, you hear, if you start venturing out, you find that there have been no reports of anything occurring around or near the village.
Well, I'm heading over to the mayor's house because there's a small matter of payment to be discussed.
Ah, all right. So,
We did do our end of the bargain.
What was that?
I said we did accomplish our end of the bargain. We got rid of the goblin problem.
Sure did.
Should the barbarian go with you?
Absolutely.
She could just stand behind you and look menacing,
Yes.
sharpening the
Rory,
axe.
please, come with me so that we can talk to the mayor about our payment.
I suddenly see Yara holding him up by the scruff of the neck, Mal's in front of him.
There we
I'll
go.
be standing outside whistling. I don't see nothing. I'm lawful good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm patrolling.
We'll just
I'm
throw
lawful
that there.
good, but
What the hell is that? Oh,
So you're like, yes,
My
there
God,
is
she's huge.
intimidating. Yes, she was very intimidating, right there.
The thing is, if you look at that picture, is that bear dead and made into armor? Or is it just because the paws and face are like bandaged shut?
Hold on.
Well, see, Yara actually has red hair, and I couldn't find one with red hair, so she looked the closest to what I wanted her to look like.
See, that bear is alive.
No, that bear's dead. 'cause
No.
That's the only part of the bear you see.
Yeah, the bear head
No,
is
no, no,
her
no. It's
shoulder
just-
armor.
It's just draped across the shoulders.
No, because the bear's made into a cloak.
But put around a band around the snout so that the mouth doesn't just hang open.
Oh no, hell no! I wanted to see the teeth. Yeah.
So, the mayor, you walk into the mayor's office. You know, the boy's there, and he just kind of like, "Mayor will see you now." Oh, I'm sorry. The mayor will see you now. He's been
Poor little
expecting you.
Mickey.
Oh boy. Breathe, Brian, breathe.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, shit.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mayor,
so-
we have a small matter of payment to discuss.
all right. He says, "Ah, yes. What were the terms that we agreed upon again?"
Oh, why are you gonna make me remember this?
10 gold per goblin.
I don't remember hearing in that one.
That could get real expensive real quick.
Well, I've got the total over here. So
Yeah,
10 gold per goblin and 50 gold per ward.
and let's not count the orcs.
Yeah, the orcs were an added expense. I think we need to go 75 gold for each one of those.
it's hazard pay on that one.
That's
We
hazard
want to,
pay.
you didn't say anything about any orcs.
Yeah,
Or
They left
wargs.
the town.
you didn't say anything about any orcs either, did you?
Or wargs.
Didn't say
No,
anything
that's
about
what that's
wargs.
that's what I was saying to you. You're like, hey, you didn't say.
Mhm.
It's like, well, I didn't know. Uh-oh. Brian has disappeared into the shadows. He's used his obfuscate powers. All right.
It wasn't obfuscate. I didn't have my arms crossed across my chest.
You're muted.
Yeah, I can only hear you through Caitlin's microphone.
Anyway, I said it wasn't obfuscate. I didn't have my arms crossed across my chest.
That's right. So, what was it? Oh. You know what?
I don't remember. I know
Because
it was
nobody
that
can exactly
much.
remember, I will say that he agrees to your terms for the goblins, except he will pay you 5 gold per goblin killed.
Okay. 5 gold per goblin.
Seems like he's lowballing us, but okay.
5 per goblin. But I want 10 per warg, and I want 50 for each orc that we had to kill.
Orcs, they're not that difficult. I will give you.
I don't
10
remember
per
seeing
each
your
gold,
fat
per
ass out
each
there.
orc.
You're saying 10 per orc.
10 per orc.
15.
No. I'll take 10 per orc, but I want 15 per orc.
That is agreeable.
And 5 per goblin.
Yes.
Okay.
So he pulls out his key and opens up the town coffer and starts
have to
counting
owe
out
you.
the money. What was that, Brian?
I any moment expected to hear him say, "I'll have to owe you."
Well, we're a little short on the funds.
We don't take IOUs.
That's all right. We'll just take this desk and your
Old
chair.
And the boy.
Yeah, old
And
Winter.
the
The
boy.
boy's coming with us. No, no,
You
please,
no longer.
take the boy. Take the rest of the house, but don't take the boy.
So bad.
I don't know how I'll make it through the night.
A man has needs.
Oh, come on.
And he attends to them as the mayor's assistant.
Oh. How did the mayor become some sort of homosexual pedophile?
No, every time I hear poor little defiled Mickey, I hear the SVU kind of dun dun.
Dun dun.
Oh.
Mariska Haggerty shows up with Christopher Maloney, and they're like,
Uh-huh.
"Hi, we're here to talk to the mayor."
Yeah, Ice-T's waiting outside for him.
Show us on the doll where the bad mayor touched you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And then he touched me there.
Oh boy!
If he didn't do it so well, damn it.
Dude,
Oh,
I watch a lot. Oh, okay, I should say
no,
I
know
watch
what you're watching to get
a
this.
lot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, so
Yes.
it's kind of burned in my brain.
Oh,
It really is.
I'll never be able to watch that with Ash and Raven again.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All better.
Woosah.
My. So 5
right.
per goblin, 10 per orc, 15 per warg. What's our total?
Well,
Lot.
5 per
Richie.
goblin is 200 gold.
Should
Wait,
have asked for
how? So
should have asked for a bonus for emptying out the rest of them, even though we couldn't go through and count them.
he's like, I don't have that much money. No, it's
Sorry.
all right. So 45 for the wargs and 100. Well, that doesn't seem right. Hold on.
No, we
Where's-
killed more than 3 wargs.
Yeah, there was more than 3 wargs.
There were 3 more. Oh wait, we forgot those other 2. Hold on.
Plus
let
the
me
ones
readjust.
inside.
Let me readjust my totals here. Oh, and I need to add 2 more to that, and 2 more to that. Okay.
Because there was a total of 9 orcs, wasn't it, that we killed?
Oop, you know what? Hold on, let me adjust this one. And adjust that one. Alright, so 75 there, 10 there. Where's my calculator? Calculator, why are you fail? Oh, there you are. Okay. We will go. Ah, I was right. I was right. Okay. So he gives you a grand total of 500. Wait. Oops. Stand by. Let me clear. Clear. I accidentally hit the enter key twice. Yep, okay. He gives you a grand total of 425 gold pieces.
Okay.
as he is not going to argue your numbers because you have multiple witnesses from multiple clerics and his own people who probably could have been paid off to fudge for him, but because there were clerics and a paladin involved, he's probably not going to fudge the numbers.
Right.
Or would he?
So what'd you say, 425?
425 gold pieces each.
Each?
No, not each.
Whoa!
Woo! Hey, almost slipped it there. Okay, 425
shot,
gold
I mean.
pieces total. In total.
Well, let's see. There were 3 guards with us and 2 clerics, plus the 3 of us. So there's 8 of us.
All right.
Since the guards are on the city payroll,
Yes.
and they were basically doing a job, and the clerics were following a direct order of their priest.
Oh, you're easy to try and cheat the clerics and the guards out of their
I'm not
pay.
trying to cheat them out of anything. I'm just saying maybe their share's a little bit less.
I think so. At least the guardsmen.
At least the guardsmen.
At least the guardsmen.
So
Why not?
Except for old Winthrop. He demands a fifth.
Why
yeah,
not?
I'll fight you for it.
Ooh, archer duel. Let's go.
Why not 75 for each of us? And then split the other 6 ways. Winthrop gets 2 shares, the others get a share apiece.
75 apiece for us.
Mm-hmm.
That's 150. That's 225.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves 200 gold
Mm-hmm.
for them. Split 6 ways. That's like 33, basically a piece.
Yeah, and Winthrop gets 60 or 66 or whatever.
Okay.
You can always take the change from that and give him 67.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Yeah, we each take 7. That's a good idea. I like that idea. That's a good
There you go. So you each get 75 gold pieces.
We each get 75.
The church gets a cut. The town guardsmen get their cut. And old Winthrop is just like, well, that's mighty generous of you.
Of course, the church gets a cut. I have to give them like 50% of what I make.
Hey,
That
Brian.
sucks.
Yes.
If you were a character in my gold box game, you would get none because I didn't want to tithe the 10%.
22.
Every time I take the knight or I take my party back to town, I'm like, wait, does the knight of the crown have anything? Yes. Okay, transfer to the rest of the party, and then we walk in. And it's like, the knight tithes his 10% to the order, and I'm like, he gives them 10% of nothing. He
Of
starts
course.
off with plate armor, a shield, and a sword anyway, so
Yeah.
he doesn't need the money.
Actually, I think I'm going to give them 1/3. I'm just going to take 50.
That makes it easier. I mean, hey, have fun with that.
Right. So, what would you like to do? The day is sunny, the air is crisp, the temperature is a nice, cool 58 degrees.
What's our next move?
I don't know. We're going to have to figure out if anybody knows anything else about these goblins. I mean, there's no way that many goblins just poof moved in like a week.
Right.
And even if they did, there would be a flippin' line of goblins from, Greyhawk City to here at the rate we were killing them off.
They had to be in there for a while because
Yeah, they built siege weapons and guard walls and
there were children and I mean, I don't know what the gestation on a goblin is, but
3 days.
Damn.
freaking worse than rabbits, man.
Every time you blink your eyes, you see 2 more. What the? What? No. What? No. What? How do you keep doing this?
How do they have time to fight?
Every time you hit one, it's just they split into 2.
They're not Hydra.
They're amoeba goblins.
Tapeworms.
So bad. Okay. So, it is an uneventful day. There is, you see a couple of merchant wagons roll in. Oh, you know what though, Sir Tristan, you know,
Yes.
you've been retained to stay on. Mal and Yara have not. If you
That's
recall.
true.
Although they were dispatched by the duchy to go and investigate. So,
Do we maybe need to report back to the duchy?
well, if you recall, there was a messenger sent off
that's
to the
right.
duchy last night. But yes, you do have some very unanswered questions about goblins and how there were so many so quickly.
So let's start asking some of the guards, some of the townsfolk.
Eventually, we're going to have to go in there and go through the remain. I know it's like a really crap job, but we're going to have to go through there and find out where those caverns lead to. Of course, I don't think the day after we set the fire or 2 days after we set the fire is the day to do
He
that.
needs to, we need to go back like a week later or 2 weeks later.
Yeah,
Because that's going to be a smell.
Well, if you think about it, if you go back 2 weeks later, it's going to be a different kind of smell.
Yeah, but we don't... See, this is the problem that we're running into. If we go back too early, there's a chance of, you know, smoke inhalation.
yeah, it's still burning in there.
Still burning. And if we wait too long, sure, maybe the smoke is kind of sort of cleared out a little bit. But then...
Excuse me. Titan, hush.
And from the depths of the dark, you see come forth a dire kitten.
Meow.
He is asking you if he can have a cheeseburger.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Sleek, not Titan.
Wait,
Sleek. Yes. So. Still doesn't tell me what you want to do.
Sleek, hush.
I would say... I would like to wait for the courier to get back from the duchy to find out what their stance is, what their next move is, and in that time, volunteer my services to help train up the town guards so that they're more than just a bunch of guys carrying swords.
Okay. Well, you know what? Why don't we do this then? What are your current experience levels?
Kevin knows.
655.
Does that include the stuff for tonight?
What?
That doesn't include the stuff for tonight.
No, that's
Or for
not.
the last encounter,
Yeah.
Or the encounter behind that.
because we didn't get experience on the last encounter.
You know what? I think the
Adventure
last
level.
time you got experience was when you retreated to go and get more help to come back
No.
to the cave, wasn't it?
No, we've had experience since then.
Okay.
Yeah, at least the one after that.
It was right around the time, I think it was the night that we stopped, just as they were starting to begin firebombing.
Hmm.
I think it was just before they started firebombing as we were finishing off that last wave of goblins.
Got you. Okay. Well, that gives me a better idea then. So, 2 wargs, 12 orc,
Oh,
and
oh, Jesus Christ.
6 goblins. So, with that, let us give you guys some experience here. You know what? And I don't. Let's do this. Okay, so stand by. We will do this. Where is my experience chart? And so I want to say you will get 16 per goblin. So you got 6 times 16
96.
divided by 8.
Hey, what are you doing?
12.
Plus, where did I find you? What page is that? Where's this? You know, oh, you know what? Wait, no, that's characters and treasure. When I was going through my stuff, I found that I actually do have a copy of the DM's Assistant Volume 2. Yes, no, I'm not. Yes. Come on, dude.
What?
You picked the paladin.
I know. 2750
To get to
to
level
go
2.
to level 2.
Oh, that sucks for you.
There we go. 85. Yeah, you gotta do some adventuring. Plus, wait, didn't you guys find some stuff?
Kevin, you got 2000.
Yeah, you're just a straight up fighter.
Give me just a second.
Ooh, your level progression is bad, and you should feel bad too.
Okay, so yes, I'm going to say you get 16 per goblin, so divided by 8. For the wargs. Let me verify my numbers here.
I just had the damn thing open. Where did it go?
That is...
Are you missing any guys?
Not that I know of.
In here.
Divided by 8.
Oh, okay.
You get 30 experience points, 31 experience points total for the wargs.
Is that per?
Yes, per person. Not per warg, per person.
Right.
Because that's the...
So 43.
And then orcs.
Wow.
Divided by 8. And you get 36 experience points from the orcs.
Is this correct?
Is what correct?
The barbarian experience points?
79.
Let's look.
Page 18.
Yes. Yes, it is.
What's the
Oh
barbarian?
my god. I felt bad.
Yeah, you should stop crying.
No sh-
For
6,000.
to reach second level, it's 6,000.
Freaking kidding?
No. 6,000.
Besides,
No wonder-
it's not. Wait a minute. Do you guys have your prime requisites? Are you adding in your extra 10% for those of you who are above?
I am.
I don't get it.
Barbarian. Hold on. Where is it?
Barbarian
right now we're
is
at,
considered to have no principal attribute and as such does not gain any bonus to earn experience points.
Oh, that
they
is even
That's a
suckier.
total shaft all around.
Yeah, they just bent the barbarian over and said, "Here, take it."
Yeah, but also if you gotta take into consideration at first level, that barbarian is sick. And
Yeah.
your experience points for second level is 2,500.
Whose?
Yours.
2750.
Are you sure? Oh, I was looking at the Cavalier. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
So right now we're at 79 apiece.
So add that to your totals. Update your sheets.
I'm just letting Kevin keep track.
Well, see, my total is different than everybody else's because I've been adding in my 10%.
Oh, you're screwing me.
79, 87, 7, 43. 742.
Yeah, you don't even have your... Oh, wait, hold on. It's a personal option. You don't even have your experience points listed on your sheet.
I'm trying to figure out where the heck to list it.
Well, you could always go 655 minus 10%.
So put it at 590.
I updated it for you.
590 plus
And then you
79
can, and then you add your extra there.
would be 669.
I was gonna say, well, if you're close enough, you can train, but everybody's got.
Pretty far away.
Yeah, it's not like, what is it? The rogue has, I think it's like 15 or 1250 for a second level for a thief. I mean thief, not rogue. It's a thief.
It's a thief.
Thief. Yes, 1250 for second level for a thief. And then it's 2,500 to go to third level for the thief. Let's see, a monk is 2,250. Wizard is 2,500. Rangers are 2,250. Oh, where did you get 2,000, Brian?
Player's handbook.
Mine says 2,250.
For a
Fighter?
fighter?
Yeah. Oh, are you a fighter? I thought you were a ranger.
I am a ranger.
Yeah.
Oh,
2,250.
Well, that just
Paladins are
makes it worse.
2,750. Fighters are 2,000. Clerics are 1,500. If you were a cleric, you'd be going up a little bit quicker.
Still be halfway.
So, what are you guys at?
I'm at 742. Everybody else should be at 669.
All right. Oh, and add 100 each from the last session. Bonus points for good role playing. Who came up with the idea to stopper the hole? And smoke them out.
was that me or
I don't know if it was me or you.
one of us?
I think it was Brian.
Was it Brian?
Okay.
Give yourself 50 extra experience points. Caitlin is going to get an extra 50 points for suggesting that they eat the goblins for comedy gold.
That will not ever end.
Nope, because it's just that funny.
It's on the menu now. So
Yes, it's back on the menu.
it's back on the menu.
All right. That still doesn't give anybody enough to go up a level because you all had to pick crazy, like, I'm going to have uber abilities, so my experience point total is going to be, like, through the roof.
That's because the first time we didn't, and we all got killed.
Yeah.
Well, that's because, the dwarf decided to go to sleep. The backstabby, hey, it's dark, I can hide in shadows dwarf was like, I'll sleep it off. Oh, crap. Oh, my throat. Ah.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you?
All right, so you gather up the what men are not on patrol and whatnot for the city guard, and you start training them in the ways of martial combat. As most of them are just, members of the village who may have seen a sword once or twice, except for good old
Winthrop.
except for Winthrop. Winthrop's seen some shit.
He's old and haggard.
He's seen the elephant.
Yeah.
Yet, although he's just a level 1 ranger, he sees some stuff. They take to your training pretty good. Who are the other dudes?
Galen and Harold. I don't know what you did with them.
I won't delete them. I deleted them, but I won't delete them. We'll put them back. So, good old Winthrop is sleeping it off in the tavern.
They disappeared in the night.
And then Galen and Harold are going to they'll be training. If you look down here, section 9 has a little courtyard that the you can train up some of the city guard. This is where they have the armory for the town's guard and whatnot. They put back their adventuring gear and just got out their regular, hey, I'm gonna hang out in the streets gear. But they start training and they appreciate it. Some of them actually learn some stuff. Most of them do, as a matter of fact. Galen and Harold are, since they have been through battle with you, they can attest to the effectiveness of your combat techniques. And the town's guardsmen are very grateful for your instruction on how to slaughter goblins. And a couple of them thank you, Yara, for giving them your tasty recipes on how to eat the goblins.
Well, everybody needs a good goblin recipe.
And then the day goes pretty uneventful. The sun is starting to set. What would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna take up watch for the night.
All right, you're gonna go help with the watch. Let's see. Nothing happens. Nothing that you see, that you notice, happens during the night. It's just an uneventful day. I'm going to fast forward 4 days.
Okay.
On the 5th day, because it's 4 days from that first one. So the 5th day, a courier returns from the duchy with a letter, and you see him headed for the mayor's office.
Yeah, I'm running over there to meet up with him. I want to hear what this letter has to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, Yara's like, okay, fine. I'll tag along. Whatevs. Sir Tristan, you also see the courier come riding
I'll head
into
that
town.
way.
Alright, so you head over there. Brother, what's his face? Brother Mallard, also accompanies you. And you see old Winthrop kind of take notice and start sauntering over to the mayor's office as well. Uh-oh. Dang it, Brian. Now you messed up my order. Hold on.
I hit the wrong button.
Let's move that one there. We gotta move that one there. Oh, hold on. Move that one down there. This one goes. Why is that off center? It's so weird. There. And then we gotta put Mal back there. Okay, we're good. Now that everybody's jumped positions, Kevin has taken top. Brian went back to the bottom. All right. You walk into the office, and you see the courier present the letter to the mayor, and then the mayor pops his steel, starts to read, and then excuses the courier so he can go and rest, as he's had a long week of riding back and forth. And then he says, "Ah, good, you're here. I have news from the duchy. Spies have reported that there has been, in fact, a movement of an orcish army into the area, coming from the northern areas.
You don't say.
They have struck other towns as well. But it seems that due to the intervention of the wizard Bartholomew, we have not faced the brunt of the attack, as the army that was heading our way seems to have turned back once a good number of their soldiers were struck down by a great ball of fire from the sky."
What the hell are we? Chopped liver?
It's an orc army, dude. Come on. You fought 12?
Right?
Let's not count the wargs, the goblins, everything else they threw at us.
Okay,
They don't
like,
care about
so
that.
2 wargs, 2 goblins, and like 12 orcs were killed by you.
Right.
That were a part of the orc army.
I was going to say, there's a lot more than 2 goblins and 2 wargs that we killed.
Oh, that the orcs know of.
Yes.
They don't know about, the slow roasting goblet buffet that's going on.
So, they basically the duchy the letter has a sealed envelope for you, Ranger Mal, and Barbarian Yara, from the head of your order, Mal,
Okay.
because the Rangers are a pretty well organized force in the Duchy of Ernst.
Right.
And he hands it to you. He does not open it because it's yours. He's like, what's yours is yours, and what's mine is mine. But
Yeah, because you're standing there.
or I would have opened it if you hadn't been standing. No, he does not admit anything. He says he knows nothing. So, and then it basically the rest of the letter that he has basically confirms everything that Wizard Bartholomew had said about an army, but it also details that it had turned back and removed itself from the duchy's territory, and that nothing else has been seen of that since it extra side. removed itself from the duchy.
Right. Extricated.
Extricated. Yes, thank you. Thank you, my thesaurus.
Because I know it was
It
going to bug you.
exercised itself. They were over there doing jumping jacks.
There you go.
Extra
Well, if, I mean...
we're praying.
so
It's not working.
yeah. All right, so I popped the seal on my envelope and read the letter.
You pop the seal.
Remember to read Yara's to her too, because she can't read. And there's Caitlin's frowny face.
I like it. It works.
Okay.
You can just you're in the same room with him, so you can just throw stuff at him. So yeah, so you open it up and you read it, and it's a missive from the Duke's or the Duchy. Duchy is Duke, right? Right.
I believe so. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a missive from the Duke's head ranger, basically commending you on your work on killing all these goblins and assisting with the slaughter of the orcs that were approaching the town. It asks you to remain on site, assist with any fortifications or scouting that might be needed for the area just to ensure its safety, even though the bulk of the orc army had withdrawn itself from the duchy. There could be stragglers or scouts in the area to surveil the... What's the word I'm looking for? That one. Not the current state of the area that they were considered to be heading towards. So
Okay.
This is like the real army or the real military. They basically tell you everything you already know.
Yeah.
That they have no further information other than what was relayed from other kingdoms around the area, other territories and whatnot. That the orc army had kind of separated and were striking other towns and villages and whatnot throughout the area. But then seem to have withdrawn as well. Not so much taking territory, but raiding and retreating.
Or feeling out the defenses of each territory to see what they have.
Right.
Could be. You never know.
I
It's your
expect
lowly
at the
grunts, and
very-
you don't get any of that extra tactical stuff that they're working on behind the scenes in the war room, so...
I expect at the end of the letter it tells you to be prepared to leave at any time, but wait further orders.
Yes.
Imagine that.
Hurry up and wait.
Yep. Your deployment is temporary, but temporarily permanent.
Yes. Wait until further orders are received. Yours in ranging. Ranger... I can't remember his name.
Bob.
So, Ranger not appearing in this film.
Ranger man.
So, yeah. So,
Okay, so then at least I busy my days with helping with the guard,
What does the word
occasionally taking a night watch, kind of going in a bit of a spiral pattern outside of the village to check for fresh prints. No DJ Jazzy Jeff though, that guy's annoying.
Caitlin's like, what?
No.
Oh, Brian!
Oh no.
Brian.
She caught it
Okay.
because her mom's made her watch.
I was about to say, did you fail Parenting 101 in making them watch the cheesy movies and shows that we had to watch as children?
Right.
Oh no.
It's a force watch.
That's
Yes.
right.
Just checking for anything unusual outside of the town. And
So Tristan will continue to brush his hair and oil his abs.
No, I was actually going to
That's
say,
a
since
full-time
I'm kind of specialized as a paladin in defensive fighting,
Mm-hmm.
I'll give some classes on, holding line, using shield,
Excellent. Yes. So, a decree comes out the next day from the mayor that all able-bodied men above the age of 15 able to bear arms is to report to the town guard's courtyard to be issued weapons and protective gear in the event of a incursion of goblinoid aggressors.
You realize we're putting ourselves out of a job, right?
We've already been paid.
Train the whole village for free to defend themselves against monsters, which is what they pay us to do.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but they're all 0 level, so they'll all die.
I don't know. If they've got arms like bears, damn.
Right? Maybe it's just naked arms.
Or maybe they can just carry around severed arms.
Yeah. I got bare arms. Twink. Boom. Yeah, it didn't last very long on level 0.
You sneeze at them. You sneeze at them. And they're like, oh, my spleen!
I've got the plague. It's the cold, you idiot. Oh, I'm dying. I can see the light. It's
That
because
is
you're staring
correct.
at the sun.
Stop looking at the torch.
No, it's my time. I can feel it. And then
Orc
Oh.
comes in with a cold. Every time he sneezes, one of them drops.
Yes.
they do that really annoying thing where they're dying for like 3 days. Just die already.
And then they're fine. I feel happy. I'm getting better.
I got better.
I'm not dead yet. Yes, you are.
Yes.
Stone dead in a moment. All right, so you start training the town guard, and the town guard starts kind of passing their stuff on to the
Militia.
the village militia, and sometimes they'll come and ask you for pointers on explaining the finer points of defensive fighting, or
Yes, the
Yeah,
pointy end
certain-
you don't hold. The pointy end goes towards the enemy.
Yeah. Generally speaking.
Anyway, your light up headset sounds like it's electrocuting you over there. Or is that you again, Brian?
That may be that. I think that cord slipped.
Whatever it is, it stopped. Everybody starts.
Adjust.
All of a sudden, it's like a Buck Rogers disco dance scene. Everybody's got their little cables and their. It's like, really? People in the 25th or 27th?
25th.
Yeah, it's like that's
Buck
horrible.
Buck
dancing.
Rogers in the 25th century, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
It's like, that's horrible dancing. That's horrible. Please do not let disco continue on that far. I do not want to dance with a light rope. Leg cramp. Ooh. Need more drink.
That
So, 3 more days go by without any incident. Now we need to change this up a little bit. Let's go. Oh wait, you enter the tavern.
Well, get in and be quick about it. You let.
I
hate that tavern keeper.
Right. Kind of a jackass.
Not to mention, all of them seem to be Scottish. I don't know what the hell that is about it.
Oh, you're kidding. We're in town now.
I don't know, with that music, I was figuring we were either playing Spelljammer or we were in the Druid's Grove or something.
Right. What's this? Oh, it's a tavern. Okay. Oh, there we go. Is he gonna play? Do you hear anything?
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
I hear it.
I'm running to the front of the boat and spreading my arms.
Hold me, Brian.
Do you want him to draw you like he does his French girls?
Draw me like you do one of your French girls.
Oh, so horrible. Oh my God. All right. So it is the middle of the night, and Kevin, you are on watch this night.
Okay, real quick. Give me about a 5 to 7 minute break. 5 to 7.
Well, I was going to say,
yeah,
we've only really got about 15 more minutes before I need to...
Yeah. So...
You guys want to call it tonight?
We can call it tonight, and we can pick up on the next session with Kevin on watch.
Okay.
At night. And I'll make the night sounds, because the nighttime is the right time.
I like to party.
He likes to party. He likes to boogie. All right. Well, then, that will be it then. Give you guys another 100 for role playing tonight.
Woo-hoo.
Horrible jokes aside.
I'm almost close to being almost halfway.
Yes, almost. Did anybody write down anything that you guys found in the cavern?
We didn't find anything.
Besides the silver and gold and whatever.
Silver and gold, that was it. I think we gave it all to Brian, and he pretty much tithed it.
Whoops.
Darn it, Brian.
What
did
you expect the paladin to do?
Everybody knows you don't give the paladin money. He's going to give it all away except for 10%.
No, actually, it says I give at least 10%, but I have to keep enough to have a modest lifestyle. This is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy that starts with, banded mail and a war horse. So, and he's supposed to be nobility. So, what constitutes modest to him?
That's right. So he needs fine foods and wines.
I'll be right back.
So, all right. Well, we'll just call it then. So, we'll pick that up next week, and we'll do that. So let's go back to. That is it for us tonight. I hope you had fun and enjoyed the levity and the adventure and the camaraderie of our players. Join us in 2 weeks from tonight for the continuation of the adventures in the village of Wayrest. And probably we'll be back next week with some more miniature painting, as I've got a lot of miniatures that I have to paint. A lot. And I don't get very much done with the roundabout 2 hours that I get Tuesdays and Thursday nights. So we'll be back then, and thank you for joining us.